Something big is changing for 2026 Chinese government scholarship applicants. It's called the CSCA Exam, short for China Scholastic Competency Assessment. And certainly the news is actually shaking up the entire application process for international students, not just CSC scholars, but anyone planning to study in China soon. I've seen a lot of panic online, which is quite understandable, honestly, because if you're like most students, just hearing new standardized exam sounds terrifying, especially if it involves math, Chinese curriculum, and all these unfamiliar terms. Students worry particularly about the math part, the other subjects, and even whether they actually need to take the whole exam at all. I get it, especially for those of us from countries where math and science are taught very differently from China's standard. But don't panic. I have done all the research for you straight from the official platform authorized by the Chinese Ministry of Education. So by the end of this video, you will understand exactly what the CSCA exam means and how it applies to CSC scholarship applicants, why it's being introduced, what to expect with respect to the format and structure, and how to prepare smartly even if you're coming from a completely different educational background. There are no sample questions yet because the whole thing is new, obviously. However, the syllabus and formats have been announced, so I will share them all right here. Also, timelines for 2026 applicants, some Q&As, in fact, basically everything you need to know. So grab your notebook, take a deep breath, and let's unpack this together. Hi, my name is Jane, a scholarship winner myself, an educator, and a global opportunities guide. If you're new here, you are absolutely welcome. On this channel, we talk about scholarships, study abroad, and faith-driven growth, because I strongly believe that preparation and prayer together can take you anywhere in the world. So kindly subscribe to my channel if this sounds like what you would like. Alright, a bit of a disclaimer though. Please note that most of the information in this video comes from the China Scholarship Council and CUCAS, well summarized just to make it simpler to understand and less overwhelming for an average student. Alright, let's dive into the reality of what is going on with this new CSCA exam for 2026. Okay, what exactly is this exam about? CSCA is a new standardized entrance exam designed for international students who would like to study in China, whether through the CSC scholarship or as self-funded students. It was launched by the Chinese Scholarship Council, CSC, in partnership with the Ministry of Education and CUCAS to create a fair and unified way of assessing students from different countries. Okay? Think of it like China's version of the SAT or JAM, but tailored to international standard. For now, mainly it's required for undergraduate applicants beginning from 2026, but the long-term plan is that by 2028, almost all international undergraduates will need to take it before entering a Chinese university, scholarship or not. Yeah. Why is this change happening in the first place? Okay, this new system is not about making things harder, okay? It's about making things fairer. Every year, thousands of students from different education systems apply to Chinese universities. But what counts as an A in Nigeria might not be the same as an A in Brazil or Pakistan. So what does the CSCA exam do? It levels the playing field by helping universities measure your actual academic ability, especially in subjects like math and science. So instead of relying only on transcripts, universities can now compare all students using clear standard. Okay, according to the official website, the CSCA includes mathematics, which is compulsory for all majors, and then Chinese language, which is required if you're applying for a Chinese taught program, and then comprehensive subjects depends on your chosen major. It could be physics, it could be chemistry for science or engineering, and then it could also be social sciences or general knowledge for arts, business, and humanities. Okay, regarding the syllabus and style, first of all, let's dissect that math part a bit, because since it's compulsory and inarguably the main source of panic. Okay, all right, based on the official syllabus, actually math is based on China's senior high school curriculum, which includes sets and inequalities, algebra, functions, geometry, statistics, and probability. But don't be scared. If you've done WAEC, A-level, or similar exams, you already know most of it. Also, search for GACO math practice in English or university sample tests from sites like China Admissions or official university international pages. Some schools like all that school you can see here, they actually post sample entrance papers for English taught programs. Well, in any case, don't panic. If you can't solve everything yet, the goal actually is just to get you to familiarize yourself with the style. Okay. The chemistry aspect, you should expect fundamental chemistry principles and calculations, the characteristics and reactions of different substances, key chemical theories and laws, as well as experimental methods and practical applications. Okay, for ethical reasons, the official CUCAS website is where you can check out, find, and download this syllabus in detail. Okay. Let's talk about exam structure and format. Duration is meant to be 60 minutes per subject. Language will be either in Chinese or English. Question type, multiple choice, single answer. Okay, number of questions, 48 per subject. It's going to be computer-based exam and focuses on problem solving rather than memorization. Well, paper-based is not very common yet. All right, let's talk about how you can register and take the exam. The CSCA is managed officially by CUCAS, so that's where you will register, obviously. Here is the process. Number 1, create an account on cucas.cn. 2, register the CSCA exam under the admission section, then pay small administration fee. CUCAS will confirm the exact amount before registration opens. Take the test online or at approved global test centers. The result is valid for 2 years, okay, from the date of issuance, meaning you can use it for your next application cycle if needed. Okay, let's address a few quick questions that people usually ask. For example, can the Chinese language test in CSCA replace the HSK certificate? Well, not at this time. The CSCA Chinese test cannot replace HSK, but it can strengthen your application and boost your acceptance chances if you take Chinese taught programs. Okay, question 2. Are CSC applicants expected to pay the 400 to 700 RMB test fee? Well, that information is not known yet, but things will get clearer around the registration time, so check with your embassy. Question 3. If I change my program or university, do I need to retake the CSCA math exam? Well, no, as long as your math result is still valid, you don't need to retake it. But if your new course requires subjects you didn't take before, like physics or chemistry, then you will need to take those additional sections, okay? All right, let's move on to timelines for 2026 applicants. Okay, here is how to plan ahead. From around October, you should start reviewing your math and other subject basics, okay? Then early November 2025, registration opens for CSCA via CUCAS. The specific dates and procedures will be announced on the CSCA official website, that is csca.cn. So always check there around that time. Documents you're going to be needing for registration will be your photo and valid ID. Alright, so within November and April, when CSC cycle ends, you should take the exam and submit your results with your CSC embassy or university applications. Now, about the results. Each CSCA subject is graded on a 100-point scale, and the results are used by universities as a reference to to determine their own admission standards based on each program's requirements. For online or computer-based tests, scores are typically released within 7 working days, while paper-based exam results take up to 14 working days. Okay, let's move on to the main deal of this video, how to prepare smartly. Here is your practical roadmap. Step 1, review your WAEC, NACO, or A-level math topics like algebra, functions, geometry, statistics. Use Khan Academy or CK12 or even YouTube math channels. They are excellent support tools. They can help you to understand or refresh the core topics, especially in math, physics, and chemistry, all in English. However, they do not fully align with the Chinese high school syllabus. So you can use them as a bridge for concept mastery, then transition to Chinese specific prep books if you can lay your hands on those. Step 2, check sample CUCAS practice or mock CSCA exam sessions. Step 3, join a community. Join CSCA applicant groups on Facebook or Instagram or Telegram or Discord. And on a lighter note, if you would love a small prep group right here on this channel, comment community below. You might find your study partner right here. Step 4, practice at least an hour a day. Slow, consistent progress will build confidence. CSCA will likely be time sensitive, so time is of the essence. Step 5, pray, prepare, and stay positive. Remember, they are not looking for perfect students. They are looking for prepared ones. The CSCA is simply a bridge, not a barrier. Okay? So do not be discouraged. Alright, that's all I have for you on that topic. I know it feels like a lot, especially if you come from a small town, modest school, or a background where opportunities felt out of reach. But please, don't count yourself out. The CSCA isn't meant to block you. It's meant to highlight your strengths. So instead of fear, choose faith and preparation. You've come this far. You can definitely go farther. Alright, so if this video helped you in any way to understand the CSCA exam better, please like, share, subscribe. It helps this community of mine grow and reach more students like you. And remember, faith and preparation are a powerful combination. You've got this. I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, keep thriving. Bye.